Hello and welcome to the Candidates Forum. I'm Jared Fry, General Manager of Medina TV.
And I'm Jacqueline Rixmeyer with the Greater Medina Chamber of Commerce. We are excited once again to partner with Medina TV to bring you the 2023 Candidates Forum. All candidates in contested races were invited to participate this year.
Yes, and the views of those candidates are not necessarily those of the Greater Medina Chamber of Commerce or Medina TV.
Thank you for tuning in to watch our 2023 Candidates Forum. We appreciate your willingness to be informed about the upcoming election.
Hi, welcome to the Candidates Forum, where we're now discussing some of the issues that are on the ballot this November. And one of those issues is the school levy, which will be issue 13 on the ballot. And joining me to discuss that is President of the Medina City School Board of Education, Becky Parkhurst. Becky, thank you for joining us.
Oh, hi, Jared. Thank you so much. I am appreciative of your time and Medina TV and the Greater Medina Chamber of Commerce for having this forum and inviting me here today.
Yeah, it's great to have you. And there are some reasons why we do have you. The House Bill 140 has got some changes into the way we're allowed to discuss an issue on the ballot in regards to schools. So why don't you kind of enlighten us a little bit of those changes?
Sure, thank you. I'm glad you asked that. There have been some changes without getting into too many of the specifics. In general, House Bill 140 has really limited the work that the treasurer and the superintendent of the school district can do and what they can talk about. So normally you would see our superintendent, Aaron Sable, here talking about the levy and out in the community talking about it, but he is really limited as to what he can say. The school board members are as well, but we have a little bit more flexibility, and that is why I am here today to talk about the school levies on the ballot.
Yeah, and it's a unique issue on the levy this time because it combines a bond issue with an operating levy. So let's kind of delve into that a little bit. And let's start on the bond issue side of things. It is you're seeking a 2.83 mil bond.
Correct.
And why don't you tell us a little bit about what that bond will help cover?
Sure, thank you. So over the last couple of years, actually, we had conversations with our community about what they would like to see in the district. And the board passed a yellow plan, which talks about redistricting of our district, as well as implementing a 5, 6, and a 7, 8 building. So the biggest purpose of this bond is so that we can build those buildings to get to the completion of our plan. ISSUE would be a 5, 6 building, and we need to build an addition onto that building to house additional students that will be there. CLAG, it would be a 7, 8 building. And we had the Ohio Facilities Construction Commission come in. They evaluate all of our buildings. And that building is more costly to renovate than it would be to tear it down and rebuild. So that is the direction that we're going. That's what the majority of this bond would cover, would be a demolishing, Claggett rebuilding. It would be built across the street, so then therefore we'd also have to build a new stadium to go with that facility. And then there's some additional fields in the district that we would like to renovate with that money, as well as replace some of our existing bleachers at Ken Duke Stadium.
And then on the other side of this, you have operating levy, a continuous levy at 6.5 mils. Kind of break down where those monies would go.
Sure. So those monies are actually just going to be used for our day-to-day operations to cover everything that we are currently using them for. Our biggest bulk of our costs for the district are personnel costs, as well as transportation and textbooks, curriculum. Since 2013, that was the last time we had asked for new money from our community. And at that time, it was an emergency levy. In 2018, that levy expired and we made it a substitute replacement levy. So that was for the same amount of money. There was no new money asked. It has been 10 years since we've asked the community for any new money. And we promised the community that we would not ask for new money until we needed it. If you review, or anyone in the community reviews, our financial statements and our 5-year forecast, which is on the Medina City Schools website, we'll see that now is the time. We are dipping into our reserves, and now is the time to go out to the community and ask for more money. So in addition, in those 10 years, we've also had community chats and talked about what's important for our community members to have. Our community members helped us develop our portrait of a bee. And there's attributes in there that our curriculum supports. So I'm going to list a few things that we've done in those 10 years because it is a very exciting time here to BB. But in that time, we have implemented maker spaces in every building that we have, elementary through high school. We have gifted coordinators in every building. We have additional guidance counselors. We've expanded our electives courses in our middle schools and high schools. We've expanded our AP offerings. We've offered college and career readiness classes in our high school. We have done a lot. We've brought back teaming to our middle schools, and the other big thing is tuition-free all-day kindergarten, which did not even exist, was not even an option when my kids were in kindergarten age. So we have done a lot. So that's what that levy is going to be used to pay for. Those items are not a wish list. Those are things that we are currently doing in the district that will be funded by this additional money.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm fine. Go ahead. Thank you.
I was going to ask, now some people may wonder also that there is a sales tax that's collected by Medina City Schools, and maybe they're asking why aren't those funds being used so you don't have to come to the voters
Right.
with that. So maybe you could explain that.
Sure, that's a great question. There are some districts that still have a permanent improvement levy. When the sales tax issue was on the ballot, we promised our community that we would get rid of our permanent improvement levy and have the sales tax there instead to provide for capital improvements. So right now, the monies that are collected are used to pay off our bonds for the buildings of Waite and Northrop, as well as the continuous roofing projects that we have. We have 11, 12 buildings in our district that we have to maintain the roofs for and the paving for, and each year we do a little bit of that. There's also a transportation lease for our buses. So after all of those expenses, there really is not any more money left to be able to fund a new building project.
And now, as you mentioned earlier, usually Aaron Sable would be here having this discussion with us, but as you just mentioned, House Bill 140 has kind of changed that aspect. But it does give us the rare opportunity that we actually have the president of the school board here with us to kind of give us some insight on why you and the board decided to vote for this.
Sure, great, thank you. Yes, as I mentioned, all these programs that we've done in the last 10 years, we have come so far, and many people in our community probably remember what it was like back in 13 and probably had kids in school then. My oldest was in first grade, and he missed out on a lot of these opportunities and things that we have right now, these offerings that we have for our students. So I voted to place the issue on the ballot because it's what's best for kids. These are great opportunities. We're seeing the results. Our latest report card showed that we had 4.5 out of 5 stars. So we're seeing the results of all this work that we're putting into the district, and I want to continue with that.
Well, great. Again, we have Becky Parkhurst, president of the Medina City School Board of Education, here discussing issue 13 that you're going to see on the ballot for Medina City Schools. Thank you for giving me the information that you have today. One last opportunity. Is there anything else you want to share with everyone?
Yes, thank you. Before I forget, any questions can be directed to our website. We do have a fact sheet located on our website. We have an FAQ. There's a button if you have a specific question you can press and type in your question, and you can reach out to me or any of the other board members. Our contact information is on the website, and we would be happy to talk to anyone.
Great. Thank you very much for your time today and the explanation a little more into issue 13, and we'll see how things shake out here this November.
Great. Thanks so much, Jared.
Thank you.
You're welcome.